we're 99% chimp DNA, yeah? We are 2/3 water. We have more neurons running around upstairs than there are stars in the Milky Way. We are going to drop our bananas and worse, yeah? It will happen. Things will continue to go wrong. I think it's what happens next that defines us as human. When we talk about tragedies and harm unfolding, and people admitting things and being blamed or not being blamed for things, it's as if we're saying that the tragedies that occur are the result of one easily identifiable, single, egregious act. And they're not. And that's where willful blindness comes in. If I look at the history of what happened to my sister, it was a series of small things that then all came together. All it takes is one errant nurse, a blind eye here, a deaf ear there, a couple of small lies here, an omission or an error on a medical record, and then you've got that perfect storm. When we talk about blame, we need to sort of detach that from that single egregious or inept act that sometimes occurs and talk more about willful blindness and how these things gradually creep up on everybody without anybody actually knowing it. The tragedy that has enveloped my family for 30 years, it's not the result of a single large act. It's the result of lots and lots of bits of different willful blindness occurring. Ockenden is the sort of the theme, if you like, the overarching umbrella of this conference. But the names, to me, the names of the authors and the reports don't really matter, whether it's Ockenden, whether it's Francis, whether it's Cumberledge. We have a problem, don't we? We have a problem. I was speaking to somebody from within NHS Resolutions, but the current liabilities sitting on NHS Resolutions' balance sheet is approximately £85 billion. The impact of this culture within public services, and especially the NHS, where nobody's allowed to admit what they've done, and we prefer to blame rather than to learn, it's massive. It's not just the lost lives and the harm, it's actually that we're creating a financially unsustainable healthcare system. We literally can't afford it. We've got to treat this issue as if our lives depended on it. I also believe in forgiveness. I think there has to be room for forgiveness for well-intentioned errors when they are made by competent, well-intentioned people. When these things happen, the pain of those people who've been harmed is much stronger than reason. Reason goes out the window, but the system finds it very difficult to deal with people in those positions. And it's right at that point where those people actually need the system to be its most humane. And it's right at that point, unfortunately, where the system becomes its most defensive. Thank you. The bulk of my life has been spent in the private sector. I spent 5 years in Carlsberg and 5 years in the NHS. And I wonder how an organisation that was selling sugary alcoholic liquid to the masses managed to motivate me more and have better staff retention than an organisation delivering healthcare, which must be the greatest vocation of our times.
Please, could you join me in thanking our speakers today for both giving their time and their expertise? Thank you.
Thank you.